They say the path to hell is paved with good intentions. That's why we got nothing but the best intentions here at the Best Intentions podcast. I'm your host for today, Shaddy Aftermath, as per usual, with my co-host for today, the real Daddy Abe. Say what up.
Yo, what's going on? How you doing? How's the world doing today?
Hopefully well. It's been a while, as always. It's always like a long interval between these podcasts, but we always come in with the heat.
Yeah. It's always a little take a little healthy break, But I think we're coming back with some nice fire. You know what I mean? So.
Absolutely. Today is gonna be no different than any other time. So we'll get into it, man. So we got like a nice little breakdown of what's gonna go down today. We thought today we'll talk about relationships, but before we talk about relationships, I think it's important to talk about friendships, man. And I know you can understand me on this one. Like the more I live and the more like I experience life, I've just been noticing, man. Like it's really important who you surround yourself with.
Oh, brother, yeah, no, definitely, yeah. I could definitely agree with that statement for sure, 100%.
I saw it on I think it was Fresh and Fit podcast. They had like Jay Waller and all these dudes on there, and they're talking about like how important it is to like surround yourself with like successful people or people with like a winner's mentality, people that are not desperate, people that get pussy. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
Because when you start bringing girls around them and stuff like that, they just kind of like gonna start acting different and kind of like take what's yours or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
Success. What I would say about that is, man, I definitely agree with Jay Waller and everybody, on the Fresh and Fit podcast, Myron Fresh, Andrew Tate, everybody. Basically, man, like success is contagious, man, and if you, it's like they say, like you hang out with 5 losers, man, you're gonna be the 6th loser, man. But if you hang out with 7 successful, well-driven, motivated people that have a goal, have an end, have an end picture, basically, self-improvement is always something that is an imminent work in their lives. Then you're gonna be the sum of the people that you hang out with, man. So
100%.
And I truly believe that, so it's 100%. Yeah, like speaking of self-improvement, man, I recently, man, I just been going like 150% in the gym, bro. I've been out here just grinding, man. Yeah, dude. Like
how often you go? 4 or 5?
5 days a week, I would say.
Yeah. How long do you work out for?
Man, I've been on this program, bro. I'm in there for like at least 2 hours a day now, bro.
Nice. Once a day? Are you doing 2 a days? What you doing?
Just once a day, man.
Sick.
It's not practical for me to be in there any more than that, obviously you got work and home life and stuff. I got these dogs I got to take care of. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like if I'm gonna be in the gym that long, I gotta get paid for that shit,
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to take it to that point, man. Like, you know what, bro? Like, I honestly think. So this is like a long-term goal for me, bro. Aspiration. Like, I really think I'm gonna be taking this bodybuilding thing seriously, bro.
Hell yeah.
I wanna get into like competition shape, bro, and like actually enter probably enter like a natural bodybuilding competition first, and start getting into those, and who knows? Maybe I'll even hire a coach, man, like a what do they call those? Like a posing
trainer or whatever. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like a posing coach, just to kind of show me the ropes.
Before we get into that, I was gonna say like for anybody listening, man, like I know for myself, one of the hardest things, bro, is just to get that motivation to go to the gym. Like, what's your motivation to get in there, bro? Like, you taking pre-workout to get in there? You going natty? Like, what do you think about? Like, what drives you to keep getting in there and to get in there? Like, what tips would you give to people like lacking that motivation or whatever it is?
So here's the thing, man. Like for me, bro, I have like this long-term goal. Like I have like this vision in my head, right? So ever since I was a young kid, I always had this vision of myself and how I would look when I was in my 30s. And I've had this vision from far back when I was like a young kid. And you know, because even when I was a kid, I always knew that, you know, mid 30s was like the prime age for a man, you know. So I always had this picture of how I would look. And you know, for me, it's not just about like how I look physically now. It's over the years it's evolved into just being the best version of myself, man. Like being the strongest version of myself, the most versatile, the most athletic, and you know, obviously the looks do come with that. So I think the ultimate like inspiration for me, man, is like I eventually want to get to a point where I'm doing this thing that I love, and that's pretty much all I need to do to sustain myself in life. Like I don't have to like I'll become financially free through this means, you know what I mean? And basically I can do what I love and not feel like I'm working pretty much.
So you're trying to get paid?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, got you.
Sponsorships. Maybe I'll get sponsored by pre-workouts or, you know, different companies that make like, you know, whatever, any kinds of supplements, you know, gyms, stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
probably start growing a nice little IG following or something. You know, make a little workout plan for people. You know, I basically bring value, bro. I don't want to just be like one of those meatheads that like, oh, like look at this guy, he's a meathead online and stuff. No, I actually want to provide value to people by like whoever wants to like shoot for those aspirations, man. Like I'll provide like a workout plan, diet plan, everything, and then basically the proof will be in the pudding, man. Because you know, you can pretty much watch my videos or wherever I'm at on, you know, on media, and see that the fruits of my labor actually are real.
Like this method is proven.
Yeah, the method is proven pretty much. So
Yeah. So like, what gets you in the gym every day though?
oh man, bro. I mean,
Just that
fire,
thought.
bro. Yeah, it's just like a fire. It's like
That's
a
it.
fire, like of just like I really just legitimately enjoy pumping iron, bro. Like
There
when
you
I'm
go.
in there, it's like literally just like this meditative state that I get into, bro, and it relieves all this stress. It helps me to think clearly. It literally just lays the foundation for all of the like the discipline that I have in my life, bro. Like whether it be trying to wake up early on time, man, going, you know, giving my all 110% and work, you know,
I feel you on that.
everything,
I've
man.
been on the same thing, man. I'm just at this point, bro. Like it's all about like a growth like mindset, right? Like some people are just okay like staying the same. It's like me, like I never been that, you know. I've always been trying to improve,
Yeah.
man. Whether it's like basketball, whether it's my mentality, whether it's my religion, whether it's like my family, like you know what I'm saying, like that's what I've been going into the gym too. That's why like I'm asking, like you know what I'm saying. And I figured I heard this like little trick, you know, because like I was fucking slacking, bro. Like you remember I used to go hard back in the day with you, like
Oh
you know.
yeah. I
And
remember
and
those
it
days.
helps to have a good partner, but like when you don't got that, like it becomes a crutch, right? Like oh fuck, when my guy's not here, like I'm just gonna like you know. So what's been getting me in there, bro, is I'll just tell myself I'm just gonna go in there for 3 workouts, bro. I'll choose a muscle. I'll say, okay, I'm gonna go hit 3 workouts. If I hit 3 workouts and I'm not feeling it, cool, I could go. But like typically, what happens is, you hit those 3 and you're like, damn, I feel good.
Do
I
more.
hit 4, yeah, you know. So like, you
Right,
just gotta
right,
get
right.
that little trick. Like, you know, that's what I've been doing. Um,
That's a good
yeah, I
technique.
got that from Jay Wilder too, man. So you know, shout out to him. I can't say like that's my idea or anything like that, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, that dude is legit, man. He's got a lot of like very legit ideas and you know, good advice.
what would you recommend for people that like need like a gym plan or something like that? Because what I found is like most people that I've talked to so far,
Mhm.
like get in the gym, bro, but they don't have any idea what to do. So if someone wanted a gym plan, like what would you suggest for them to start off, or like look up, or a website or something? You know what I'm saying? Something like
Yeah,
that.
you know, so basically, man, you know, there's quite a few really good inspirational people online, man. I like one of my favorite guys to watch right now is Obi Vincent. Shout out to Obi Vincent. He basically, he's one of those influencers. He's on Instagram. He's also like on YouTube, and he's got quite a few. He also has a workout plan.
You've been
Basically an
following him?
app. Yeah. He's really knowledgeable, man. He's got like a lot of really good like techniques and stuff. Um, and there's a couple other, obviously, the internet's big now, and there's a lot of people doing the same thing. But basically, man, the way that I've seen it, gone about is like this. So like what trainers will usually do is they'll ask the person, hey, okay, so what are your
Fitness goals.
goals? And that's like the number one question. So if you can determine what your fitness goals are as somebody who's just starting off in the gym, I think that's a good place to start to determine what you should be doing, pretty much, and how often you should be doing it. So, I mean, if your goal is to lose weight strictly and you're trying to slim down, but you're not trying to be like Mr. World Olympia or something, there's a plan for you. If you're trying to be Mr. World Olympia, there's a plan for you. If you're just trying to maintain and be healthy and live a healthy lifestyle, there's a plan for you. So I think there's a different approach to every single kind of goal depending on the person, the age, the height. You know what I mean. There's a lot of factors.
Yeah,
to take.
100%, 100%.
But definitely, I mean, YouTube is just like one of the most vast places right now of just like there's so much content on YouTube. I mean, you just type a question that you have and you put it on there, and you're bound to find something helpful on there. So I mean, I think a good place to start for people is online. Just figure out the right questions to ask, type them in, and just do some due diligence. And I think they'll be set on the straight path.
100%. See, people, you heard
Yeah.
it there first. Like, just this is the 21st century. Just fucking type that shit in YouTube and you'll get your results. But like you said, if you want something to kind of go off of, you got Obi Vincent, and there's a couple
Yeah.
other people out there too. I forget their name, kind of escapes me at the moment. I didn't look this shit up before. So, but like, I mean, this the whole point of this is like, it's all about self improvement, man. I recently quit smoking, so it's interesting, like, to like work out like
Right.
without that, like, without smoking and all that. Yeah, it's crazy, like, and weirdly, I've been eating more now since I quit
Bro,
smoking.
that's
It's
beautiful,
crazy,
bro.
it's crazy, bro. Like, I eat like a pig now, bro. It's like, yeah, like
There you go, bro.
I lost like 10 pounds, bro. Like, I had COVID like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Man, I lost 10 pounds, bro. I was looking like a fucking twig. All this
Yeah, I
shit.
remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I managed to gain all that weight back, man. I've been hitting the gym, just going hard, kind of like, just sticking to what I've been doing. Like I tell you, like, just at least 3 workouts, get in, and I'm in there, like, I've been in there like a lot. So I love that shit, man. Like, and it's crazy too. Like, as far as like self improvement goes, it's insane. I know like 2-3 people that I've talked to ever since like I quit smoking too, that's told me like, damn, like, you actually like inspired me.
Bro, that's beautiful,
It's
bro.
crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, these guys are like hardcore smokers, like I used to be. All of them just they found out like I quit, and they kind of quit too.
They're like, wow, what?
Yeah.
You quit?
Yeah,
You
bro.
quit, bro? Like,
And it's like, and it's wild because like everyone's quitting is like not like looking back. Like, there's not one person I talk to that's like, damn, like I missed that shit. They're like, damn, I'm actually like a lot sharper. I'm sleeping better. I'm waking up earlier. I'm sleeping earlier. I'm waking up not groggy.
Big
It,
chapter, bro.
yeah, bro.
chapter.
It's a
Upgrade.
shift, man. Like, just getting that mental acuity up like helps big time, man. Like, and kind of, and it's crazy because it's not like anything like just makes you quit. It's just like a natural thing that happens, right? Like, it's just a calling.
I would say so. Yeah. I
Yeah,
would
man. So
definitely say so.
it feels good. It's motivating for me when people tell me that too, man.
Yeah. No,
And
definitely.
yeah, no, and for me, it's like never say never. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's not like we're, against it completely. We think it's like, it's
Yeah.
not like the devil. It's not the devil's, plant or whatever. But I mean,
It's like when
you know,
it's like when you realize though, like how many like people like actually speak out against it, like, and not like because it's like a negative thing. They're just like, damn, like it just doesn't serve you. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like yeah, you'll feel good for a few minutes, for a few hours, whatever the fuck. But like, and then the long run is causing more like harm than good. Like
It,
truthfully.
it becomes more of a chore and a task that you like think needs to be done before things like, you know what I mean? It's like it becomes like this thing that like like gets in the way of like doing other tasks pretty much because it's like, okay, all right, before I eat I gotta smoke, before I go to the gym I gotta smoke,
Yeah.
all right, before I do this I gotta smoke, like before I take a shit I gotta smoke, like, you know what I mean? Like, so then it ends up like kind of just like prolonging your day and just like
Slowing you
and then, like,
down, slowing you down, man.
slowing you down, bro. And then you gotta eat because you're starving, and then like, you know what I mean. And if you don't eat, you're all fucking drained and shit. Like, so there's a lot of detrimentals to like being a stoner. I'll definitely 100% say that that's 100.
Plus the cost
There's
too, right? Like, is unless you're
the
growing that shit
cost too,
yourself, like you know,
right?
and then there's like the legal issues that come with that too, getting caught with it at the wrong place at the wrong time, kind of thing. So
Exactly.
it's like it's good to like yeah, you know, just not be a slave to anything, and you know, and just kind of like nothing kind of controls you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
definitely.
yeah, that's what I found to be like the most like beneficial, man. It's just like nothing controls me, and you know, I'm free, and I'm feeling better than ever, and I could just do what I want, kind of thing, man. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah, bro.
You find the fire within. You don't have to light the fire
There
to
you
bring
go.
it
There you
within.
go. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah.
yeah, man.
You,
It is.
yeah. You.
It's crazy. Like yeah, like when you think about like how much like you know as a society like we're sedated, you know, and then just to add more to that sedation, like I get it now. Like why people used to say, oh, you better like quit and like oh that shit. I'm just like I always believed it had to be like it had to be natural, right? Like it had to come from within. You know, and someone could tell you do something a million times, but if you don't want to do it, you're not gonna do it. You know,
Hmm. No,
and
definitely.
surprisingly, it took like me having COVID to get over it. Weird.
Well, I mean, that is kind of it is odd. It's like you had to like kind of you had to get like sick in a way where your immune system was compromised, and and yeah, man, like it could be an eye opener, bro. Like health is definitely it's an eye opener, bro. Like whenever we take as human beings we live life and we kind of take our health for granted sometimes because it's like, all right, well, I go to sleep, I wake up, and maybe you're not thanking God for your health or whatever, or maybe you are. Some people, everybody's different, but it's like we have a natural inclination as human beings to kind of like take things for granted when they're just when they're there. You know what I mean? But then when all of a sudden it takes a turn for the downside, it's like, okay, all right, now I see what I had, and you kind of start like realizing like, okay, now I have to be like serious about these certain aspects of myself, and you realize like, okay, hey, shit, maybe smoking really is, maybe it's really not that great, because when you're sick and you do it, it's like, okay, now I feel like shit. I wonder why. And then you kind of like put two and two together, like, oh well, you know what? Maybe it's really not the best thing for me, and my health. So
Yeah, it kind
I think
of.
that's like a big eye opener.
Yeah, you were right about it, like being a chore, especially like when you're sick and you're like you're not in the mood. Like, damn, I gotta roll this shit up. I gotta fucking buy it. I gotta, it's like this
Yeah.
fucking too much, man. Like I'm dying right now. Like I don't want to do all that, you know, just to
No,
feel
definitely,
good.
bro.
So, but like, okay, since we're on the topic of self improvement, man, I gotta. I've been asking a lot of people this question, so I'll just ask you this
Go ahead.
because it's a segue into the next section too.
Cool, cool.
What would you rate yourself, bro?
Oh
Based
man.
on physical appearance, 1 through 10. I know it's a weird question, but like I'm going
So
somewhere with this.
okay. No, yeah, no, definitely.
You know where I'm going with
So
this, so
yeah, definitely, definitely. And obviously, just I just want to give another shout out to like Fresh and Fit. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you know,
100%.
basically, you know what I mean? Like, they always ask the girls on the after hours show, to rate themselves. So, I mean, strictly, if you want to give it like a strict, like, physical appearance,
Yeah, just strictly
I would,
physical appearance.
without anything else, just physical appearance, I would definitely give myself a solid like 7.9, bro.
There you go. There you go.
Like a
Cool.
like a
Cool.
7.9. You know, and I'm and all and you know I could name the reason.
You don't have to. You don't
So,
have to. You don't have to. No, that we just want the number. We just want the number. Okay.
I mean, okay, we'll leave it at
Yeah,
that.
we'll just leave the
Let's
number.
call it
Yeah.
7.9.
Yeah.
Solid 7.9.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rate myself like a 6 or a 7. Yeah. Like. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like.
You know.
And okay, so like now to tell people where I'm going with this is like it's like, yeah, you ask. I want anybody that's listening to this to actually go out there and ask females in their lives this question. Like, tell them to rate themselves based off physical appearance. All of them will say 10 or above. I've heard 100. I've heard 1,000. I've heard 11. You know, and then a follow up question would be like, because this is the main topic. Like, this is what I've been about. Like this whole past like year for me. Is like self improvement. So it's like, yeah, you'll ask females like, oh, like what are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Oh, I'm a 10. I'm an 11. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, do you feel like you could still like self improve? Yeah. Well,
Delusional.
yeah. It's like how could you? It's like how could you self improve if you're already like perfect? You know what I'm saying?
If you're saying you're above perfect. Like
Yeah, yeah,
like,
and
total contradiction.
yeah, 10 doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
they're kind of like diluted in that, and you know, like that. It just shows you, like, man, most people just don't give a fuck about the struggle of a man, bro. Like, especially like when it comes to like women, bro. Like they have no fucking reason to self improve. Honestly, like, you know, when everything comes to you, like, you have no reason to self improve. You know?
Yeah, well, they don't have to put themselves in our shoes and realize all the different things that we actually have to go through. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is like we as men, we have to understand how the woman, how the woman thinks. You know what her needs are. You know what's gonna make her happy, what's gonna make her sad, what's gonna, all the different emotional tics that she may or may not have. We have to understand.
Wow.
What she's looking for, in terms of, like, physicalities, successfulness, basically just stability, structure, and like security, and the thing is like they don't have to do the retrospection and actually like put themselves in our shoes and look at it from our point of view, because like, let's just face it. I mean, men are the 99% of the time are the ones who approach women. It's not the other way around.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like we're the chaser and they're, so quote unquote, so to speak, like the evader. You know what I mean? They're like, we're the predator, they're the prey. Like, if you want to look at it from a
Tell me what you think about this quote I just heard. Tell me what you think about this quote. It says 3 things women want: authority of a man, benefits of a woman, and accountability of an infant.
Say it again.
Authority of a man, benefits of a woman, accountability of an infant.
So what exactly is the question?
I said, no, that's just a quote I heard.
Oh.
I was like, what do you think about that? Like, it's like, because like the last part is what strikes me the most, is the accountability of an infant part. Like, because and that comes back to like what I said about like friendships, right? Like, I need friends, bro, that are accountable for their actions, and
Right.
and to some degree hold me accountable for my actions for my ignorance, because I'm not gonna be able to catch everything, but like at the same time, bro, like I need some motherfuckers that's accountable, bro. I can't be around no fucking like what's the word I'm looking for here, like
Degenerates.
yeah, there you go.
Degenerate.
Yeah, bro.
Degenerate.
Yeah, man, just everyone want to
Like,
deflect,
basically dudes that don't wanna
deflectors.
go, like, yeah, exactly. They don't have any like self-improvement drive whatsoever. They just want to sit around and waste time, and they don't give basically they don't give a shit about what they do. So why would they give a shit about what you do? You know what I mean? So it's like you definitely don't want to, like, associate with those kinds of people, man. It's we need to be iron, like, and sharpen each other like the iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Yeah, it's like another thing that like been coming up, like, because kind of like what you basically said earlier was like, a gazelle doesn't know how like a lion hunts, right?
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Like a lion has to figure out the way a gazelle moves, where it hides. Okay, like there's 10 of them. Which one's the smallest one? Cool. Like, I'm gonna get that one. You know,
Yeah.
he might
And
get it, might not. You know.
may or may not. Yeah. And
Yeah.
only the smartest and wisest of the gazelles will actually, live on and thrive and reproduce and stuff. But I mean, the majority of the gazelles will eventually succumb to the lion's, predation.
Yeah,
But
and
the lion has to understand the motion and the habits of the gazelle, like you said.
yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta learn how they move. Like same thing when it comes to like you said earlier, like when it comes to attracting a woman, like man, like bro, like we have to work out, we have to be smart, we have to have a mouthpiece, we have to have game, we have to dress well, gotta smell nice,
All
all that,
that.
that's just the barrier of entry. That's
That's
not,
just exactly.
that's just
That's what qualifies
the,
you. Yeah.
yeah, just to get looked at, right?
Just to get looked at, exactly. What
Yeah,
qualifies to get looked at,
and then
and
it's
then
like,
and then you gotta be like, you,
and
you gotta.
and it's weird too, cause like social media like changed the game up a little bit.
Oh, dude, bro, definitely, 100%. I 100% agree.
Yeah,
It's a completely different dating market now
yeah,
than it was like 20 years ago.
girls don't even have to leave the house now to get this kind of like validation.
Definitely.
They're just posting at their house like as soon as they wake up. Just post a picture of themselves, boom, like got all these dudes simping all over you and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And
Blowing up her head,
yeah, man,
making her
and
feel like
yeah, but versus like back in the days, like a girl would have to go out, go to the club, go, get dressed. Doing that, you gotta get dressed, like. But
no,
and
no. As a matter of fact, they don't get dressed. They take pictures
The-
without putting the clothes on.
and they're cashing
Yeah.
out. Yeah, like I'm in the wrong business, bro. Like. But it comes down to like what though? It comes down to like morals versus social media is what I come to find. You know,
Definitely,
there's
definitely.
there's like we wanna like we're looking for somebody with morals here, but like are you gonna really find it when you can get that instant validation and all that stuff? That's
Yeah,
tough, you know.
the fact of the matter is that nowadays with social media and Instagram and all that stuff, it just there's a lot of room for complication and a lot of room for like discrepancies in relationships, bro. And they definitely play like a big factor and a big role, like in just either the nurturing of a healthy relationship or the detriment of a of a rotting relationship, so to
Yeah,
speak.
I mean what I've noticed, bro, is like when it comes to like relationships, a lot of us are begging for the bare minimum. You know?
Right? Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm
Y-
not I'm not
Your
seeing.
standards are just the bare minimum.
Yeah, like if someone doesn't do something like that you like, or they do something that you don't like, they could just walk away at any minute, and like that's it. Like you could like replace them with someone else's. Like versus like kind of sitting there and working it out, and then you know. That's what kind of like I wanted to talk about today too. Is like what's the point of no return in a relationship? Like, would you agree that you have to be willing to like walk away to a certain degree, like at any point, or would you rather just like no matter what, like we gotta stick it through kind of thing?
No, well, okay, that's a tough question because I definitely do believe that walking away as a man is our ultimate ace card. That pretty much is our final weapon. Like I don't like I'm like we've been watching Dragon Ball Z for years, bro. Like like that's Vegeta's final flash, or that's Goku's Spirit Bomb, bro. Like that's the finisher move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but you know what though? I will use that same analogy to say this is that when Goku dropped the Spirit Bomb on Frieza's head on Namek, Frieza actually did survive that, even though that Spirit Bomb kills about 90% of the adversaries that he dropped it on, so to speak. So now let's just say this. So I'll use that as an analogy. Like, you know what? Just because you walk away once or twice, let's say once. Let's say you walk away once because of something that was completely unacceptable. It doesn't mean that there isn't a chance for reconciliation after that. It just means that the reconciliation is going to be a lot harder to come by. and
Yeah.
basically the standards now have basically the bar has been raised at that point. And so if the other person doesn't, if the woman doesn't want to see that the significance of those standards and where the bar is at, she doesn't want to meet that bar, then let's drop another spirit bomb on it, boom, you know what I mean, and just finish it.
I like that.
So I mean, I definitely do think that, like, yes, it is the strongest weapon in a man's arsenal. But
It's never black and white. It's never black and
It's
white.
never black and white, because there is value in having there is value in having, like, basically there is value in valuing the other person to the point of, like, not wanting to give up, you know what I mean? Because you can't just crumble over every little thing too. Every little small problem that happens or arises, you can't just crumble and fall like a house of made of Legos or something, you know what I mean?
House of cards.
Like, you gotta have house of cards. Like, you gotta be, like, solid, you know what I mean, and have a solid foundation and not be moved to a certain degree. So there is value in trying to pursue something that is inevitably, like, just, how do I say this, like, indefinite, pretty much.
I think what you're trying to say is, like, change behavior is the best apology.
Change of behavior is the best apology.
Yeah.
To put it simply.
Yeah, that's something, like, I'm still, like, working out myself, it's like.
Oh, definitely, bro. I'm going through the same thing.
Okay, so, like, so I heard this quote and I was debating it the other day, so I want to kind of get your take. They say, let something go, and if it comes back, then it's like, do you know it's meant for you?
There's a lot of truth in that. There is a lot of truth in that.
Okay, before you go, how do you feel about this? I argued that if it left in the first place, then then
it wasn't meant to be.
Something like that. Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. But, like, yeah,
Okay.
If it left, like, in the first place, then, like, that's already, like, a bad thing or whatever you want to say. Like, it's not meant for you type thing. So it's like, but at the same time, I do believe, like, yeah, if it does come back to you, then, like, there's no denying that, there's something there.
There's no denying. Yeah. That's a tough question, because not everything that comes back is always going to be good for you. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, let's just put it like okay, so
could be a test.
Let's just use this as an example. Like, basically, if something bounces back at you, like let's say you throw a ball, right? Let's say you throw a ball at a wall, like a bouncy ball, and it hits the wall and it comes back. If you're not paying attention to the ball coming back from the wall, it could hit you in the face and hurt you. Right?
100%.
So, but if you're aware of what's coming back to you, and you're ready to basically address the issues at hand of what's coming, basically the ball, what's coming back to you, then it could be good.
You can catch it, or you could dodge it.
Yeah, you could catch it, you could dodge it, or you could get hit by it. There's only 3 ways that could end. You dodge it and let it pass by again. You catch it and you keep it, or you get hit by it and you get hurt.
Yep.
You get damaged. So it depends on how you look at it. I mean, there's truth to the quote, but at the same time, it's not, not everything that comes back is good too.
Yeah, there's always gonna be some gray area, and that's where I think, like, if like you want to listen to, like, outside sources, they're gonna kind of dilute you a little bit. It's like, it's easy for people to say, yeah, like, once that shit happens, fuck that shit, never again. And then at the same time, it's like, damn, like, like, there's some real investment here. Like, eventually you're the one that has to, like, live life, and you're the one that has to make the decision for yourself. And
Exactly.
And no, like, what works for me is not gonna work for you, kind of thing, and vice versa, right?
In every single circumstance, it has its own you know, it's all its own dynamic pretty much. And you know, and also it's important, I think, as you know, as men, to not let our emotions get to us, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we always got to stay in a clear cognitive, you know, right side of the brain thinking kind of way, just frame of mind. And you know, don't correlate trust. You know, the thing is like, you got to keep what you love and what you trust, like, you got to keep it separated, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if the trust isn't there but the love is there,
Wow, took the
it's
words right
still
out of my
gonna,
mouth.
it's still gonna fall, bro. Like the trust, that it's got to be there to keep the tower standing, bro. Like,
I
you know
agree.
what I
I
mean?
agree.
So
I was just
just
gonna say
because,
that.
yeah, I mean, just because you love somebody doesn't mean that, you know, it there doesn't mean they're good for you, doesn't mean that you should take them back. But it, like you said earlier, like, I mean, you know, change of behavior is the best of apologies, man. So like, you know, if they're willing to work on that aspect of the situation, then I don't see why it couldn't work. It's just, as a man, like you said, like, you know, what's the point of no return? So I mean, obviously you can't give chance after chance after chance after chance after chance when the same mistake keeps on happening. But there's got to be a limit to it, man. You know what I mean? There's got to be
Yeah,
a limit to it.
you gotta
So
have some self-respect. You gotta
right,
get out
right.
of that like scarcity mentality, so to
Get
speak.
out of the
You
scarcity
know,
mentality, man.
cause here's the thing, like love is only gonna get you so far. You know what I'm
Only
saying?
gonna get you
But
so far, bro.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I'm big on that trust part. Like, there, like I'm big on actions, right? Like, like say less, do more. Um,
Right, yeah. Actions speak louder than words.
under promise and over deliver.
Under promise, over deliver. That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that one
Yeah,
recently, so I like that one big
I like that
time.
one.
You know, it's just, that's just how I always been. Like, bro, I could say like, I'm your homie, I got your back, and all that shit, or
Da, da, da.
I could just show it through my actions, bro. You know what I'm
Right, right.
saying? So,
Show up and actually start cracking fists, right? Start
if
cracking
yeah,
skulls.
if that's what it, yeah, it's like if
Show
that's
up and
what
crack some skulls if
that
that's what needs to be done, right?
that comes back to the friendship thing. Like, you gotta have motherfuckers that's ready
Yep.
to throw down, bro. You know,
You
you gotta
gotta
have
go
motherfuckers that's
exactly.
ready to throw down, bro. If that's what the
Uh-huh.
situation calls for, that's what it is. If it's being a friend in a different way, so it's being a friend in a different way. Whatever the situation calls for, you gotta be versatile like that. Right? Like,
Absolutely, I agree. Yeah.
yeah, man. You know,
Fantastic.
and that's just like you know, there's something that's just been like weighing heavy on me, man. Because you know, it's like
Yeah.
we want life to be a certain way, but it's like unfortunately, it just doesn't work out like that, man. You know, so it's like we gotta, you know, I'm just trying to operate on like to the best and the fullest. I just want to,
Yeah.
you know, see like what other people think about it and all that stuff. Because I know we're going through some similar things right now. You know, so
Definitely, definitely. And just to reiterate on what you were saying about keeping good people around you, man, like, and you know, showing true loyalty, like in any relationship, man, like, you know, like being actually like down for somebody with the action, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like hits on like what we were talking about earlier, man, about you know, keeping good people around you, man, and the accountability thing. You know, that's a big part of it too. You know, accountability and
bro,
accountability and loyalty go like hand in hand. You know what I
I
mean?
can't tell you how many like I love all the people like I've like grew up with and all that stuff, bro. But it's just like I can't believe like man, I just can't believe how much shit like they would just get away with, you know, just not being accountable and deflecting and I was talking about this the other day too is like when we're growing up, like we want people that are always down, right? Like we want people that are down, like, oh, this fool's down to party, this fool's down, you know, down to smoke, down to drink, whatever, like whatever the fuck it
Down to
is,
the,
right?
down to this, down to that.
But
Yeah.
as I've gotten older, bro, I found like I just want people that are not down. Like I want people that got like something like I got something to lose. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You want to be around people that are strong enough to say no.
Yeah, bro. Like everyone's a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. That
yes
have
man. Everyone's a
boundaries.
fucking enabler. Like I'm back in the day, bro. Like we used to like kick it with somebody. Like as soon as you come around, oh, like let's go fucking smoke. I'm like, bro, like
You know you got it, bro.
you're not supplying anything. First of all, second
What
of
you talking
all,
about, bro?
yeah, like you know, it's like
What you
second of
talking
all,
about, bro? Where's your blunt?
yeah, like you know, it's like why you
Let's
waiting
go.
for me to get here to do this shit? Like you know, like you couldn't do this shit
Yeah.
without me, kind of thing. Like you know, I'm not gonna fucking like enable that shit. Like yeah, man,
Far out.
yeah, or like you tell like they tell you something and then like you call them out on it and then, nah, that's some female shit. and then turned out like they're participating in the female shit. And it's like, come on, bro. Like let's just be real. Like for one second, you made a mistake. Just say you made a mistake. We can move on from that. Like
Exactly, man. Be
Yeah.
accountable. Be accountable. Goes back to that. It's just like, unfortunately, yeah, you gotta kind of like, sort through the weeds and kind of like, sift through the coal and find the diamonds, because there are a lot of those dudes out there, man. Nowadays, it's just, they be on the bullshit, be on the bitch shit, man, and you
It
can't
just,
fuck with it, bro.
yeah, it just
Can't
comes
fuck
back
with
to
it,
this like the self improvement thing, man. I just want people
Yeah.
like that are just doing better, man. Like we're too old for like this like nonsense, like bitch, like in
Right,
your
right.
in your famous words, bitchery. You know?
Yeah, the bitchery. Yeah,
the bitchery, bro.
the words
That's one of
before
my
going to the
favorite.
gym.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. I use
Bitchery.
that shit to this day, bro. Like no
Hey,
bitchery, bro. No fucking bitchery.
shout out to my boy, the Green Man, aka Nilo Azad, man. I got that from him, actually, man. We
Yeah,
used to say that back in
that.
the day, bro.
Yeah,
No
no
bitchery.
bitchery, bro.
That's what we used to say, man. Like before, like, like when we used to be like on the skateboards, like no bitchery, just go for it. Like you could do those 4 stairs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, nah,
that's back in the day, man.
it's great, bro. Like it's just like you know, like another thing too is like that I've been big on. I think I told you this like a while back too, but it's just like like getting out of my feelings, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Like I don't feel like going to work, bro. But like I'm fucking gotta go to work. I gotta put
You
I
gotta
gotta
be a
put food
man.
on the table, right? I don't feel like going to the gym. I gotta go to the fucking gym, bro. I don't feel like dealing with fucking real life, but it's like you just gotta get out your fucking feelings. Quit being a little fucking no bitchery, bro. Just fucking go in,
No
just handle
bitchery.
that shit. Go fucking hit your workouts, get the fuck out, bro. It doesn't have to be this big fucking ball and chain and fucking drama and all this. It's like the only time
Don't make
like
it harder for yourself, man.
yeah, like the only time I care about like my feelings is when I know like I'm not operating to my fullest potential. Then I'll listen to my feelings. I'm like, damn, like you know what? Like I gotta just do this shit. Like
Yeah.
what one of my most famous quotes that I've been like living by, bro. Like I'm a fucking fortune cookie at this point. Like with the, like I sound like a fortune cookie. Yeah, I sound like a
Jar full
fortune.
of fortunes.
Shout out to the homie Munir, bro. That fool fucking said it best, bro. Carry
Shout
water,
out to
chop
my
wood,
boy.
bro. You know what I'm saying? They just gotta fucking just carry that water, bro. Chop that wood, bro. Like
Classic quote, bro.
most motherfuckers can't do that. Like for me, like if I'm gonna have a wild night out, if I'm gonna do whatever, like I know I still got my responsibilities the next day, bro. I'm fucking showing up to the fullest. I ain't gonna fucking make no excuses on this or that. Like nah, bro. I'm just showing up and I'm fucking shit up, bro.
Gotta give your 100%, man, no matter what.
Yeah,
Like, in life. And like you said, get out the feelings, bro. Get out the feelings and get into the real dealings, bro. Because I mean,
yeah,
that's how we're gonna get somewhere, man. That's just the only way we're actually gonna get to where we want to be. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Life can
you know,
get mundane sometimes, but like you gotta
yeah,
go through the motions, man. You gotta put in the work and all that, because it's like life is short, bro. Life is short, truly. Like you never know.
it
Like
is.
one
It
day you're
is.
on top, one next day you're sick as fuck. You got COVID, you got cancer, you got like whatever. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy, bro. Like I've been dealing with that. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Time flies, brother. Yeah. We gotta. So, yeah.
yeah, so it's like that's the main. I think if that's the topic of today's podcast, man, is just self improvement, bro. Like let's just fucking get better, man. Let's improve our lives. Let's figure out ways to make this shit happen. Let's be the best version of ourselves. You know,
Definitely. Definitely.
physically, mentally, spiritually. Like I've been getting it back into like religion and stuff like that. Like
Alhamdulillah.
I watched the Da Vinci Code. Have you ever watched that?
Oh, did you? No, brother. I actually have not seen that, bro.
Bro, we gotta watch that shit. I want to watch that shit with you. Um,
Yeah, I'm down.
without getting too religious, we'll touch up on this like real quick. Uh, so basically, do you know anything about the movie?
I know it's by a guy named, is it Dan Brown?
I think so. I think so.
Something like that. Dan. I think that might be the right name. Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like a fictional like story of like basically Jesus and what happened to him, in his like side life, right, or something like that. How he had like
Yeah,
a wife,
yeah.
something like
Mary
that. And
Magdalene.
yeah, and then
You ever heard that
it's
name?
like, yeah, Mary Magdalene, like the woman that he was apparently supposedly from the perspective of those, whoever wrote that, the Da Vinci Code. Basically, like how he had like sexual relations with her and had kids, and then those kids. Actually, the legend goes that I don't know this because I haven't seen from. I don't know this from the book, but I know this from just like independent research and stuff. That basically the legend goes that the kids of Jesus, quote unquote, if they were, or to exist or not exist, basically made their way to France somehow. She fled to France or something with the wife, and the kids lived their lives out in France and got married and became like royalty. Like they became like I believe it's called like the Merovingian line comes from like
Oh wow.
the blood of like Jesus or something. I don't know if it. There's like some legend that ties into that. You know what I mean? So they say that the Merovingians were like related to
Yeah, basically, short
Jesus, pretty much.
short excerpt of the movie without spoiling too much. Um, they basically try to like describe like they're saying the events in the Bible didn't take place. What they describe is more similar to the Islamic point of view. They say
Okay.
they say Mary Magdalene is the first one to discover his tomb was empty. Um, and that like she was one of the apostles
Uh huh.
of Jesus, and that like Christianity is supposed to follow through her, but the other
Interesting.
ones didn't like it because like she's a woman and all this stuff, and like they had to like do whatever they did with her. It's interesting stuff, man. It's very good. I didn't expect it to be that good, and I guess like there's like two other movies that sequel it to Angels and Demons and The Inferno.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that those were sequels to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just found all this out too myself, bro. So like
Interesting.
yeah. So we got some cool movies to watch one day, man. You know.
Yeah, definitely, bro. We gotta get on those and see what the religious theological implication is for those.
Yeah, it's like I
Behind
said,
that,
part of the spiritual. Just kind of like figuring out. Like, yeah, I've always been a truth seeker. I don't like just listening to others. I like to find out for myself. You know what I'm saying? So,
Definitely.
but it was fun. It was a good movie. It was a good movie.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because that's how I found out who Bart Ehrman was.
Who's that?
Was because that's actually one of the he's one of the most well-renowned Bible scholars in like of our day, pretty much, and he's very controversial with like what he basically he he's theologically controversial, but it's only because he's trying to look at things in a historical perspective, pretty much. You see what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
even though he does claim that his historical perceptions and conclusions don't really like interfere with the quote unquote like Christian sort of like theological ideas, in my opinion they kind of do. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's
it's
just
just kind of
tough to say.
it
We
would
were
be
never
good to
there,
kind of like
That's the thing.
yeah, we weren't there, and there's a lot of conclusions drawn to like what he says, and this. So I mean, I don't know who really knows what the truth is, man, but just it's kind of controversial. But that's kind of how I discovered who he was, is because I was interested in the Da Vinci Code, and so
Oh
I
yeah,
think it was
yeah.
like one of those like links that came up. You know what I mean? Comes in the feed and stuff.
Same. I've always been interested in it,
So
but like I didn't know like what to make of it. I thought it was gonna be all this
yeah,
complicated shit. I watched the movie, very simple, very interesting, and man, I
yeah,
fucking loved every second of it. It was great.
really.
But yeah, man. So like, I only bring it. I'm not I don't like to get like religious on here, but like yeah, shit was worth
Right,
it,
right.
and I know that like me and you like appreciate that shit. So like yeah,
Yeah,
we gotta watch it together, and we gotta check we gotta be cool to talk
go down
about
the
it. Yeah, and go down the rabbit
go the
hole for
conspiracy. Yeah, the
yeah,
conspiracy rabbit hole.
put our tinfoil hats on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I think that's gonna do it for this podcast, everybody. Any final thoughts, Abe, before
yeah,
we
man.
conclude this?
Did you want to touch up on that last thing or the
We'll
AE
save
or?
it. We'll save it. We'll
Okay, we'll
save it.
save it. Okay,
Yeah,
save it for
we'll
the
save it.
content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll save it for the
No,
next one.
I just wanted to say, man. Yeah. Definitely. Introspective. Like as an introspective kind of like look on things, man. Just like uh, yeah. Self improvement, man, it's so important, bro. It's I can't stress it enough, man. And each and every day like I look at my own life, man, and like I realize that I have a really, really far way to go, man. Like I'm not there yet. And the more I really realize that I have a lot of work to do and how imperfect I am, man, that's really what kind of it goes back to like the first question you asked me about like the gym and stuff is like that's really what fuels me to keep going, man, and just like gives me that fire to like be in the gym every day, bros, because I know that I am not the best version of myself yet, and I really do want to get there. So I think that's a good way of kind of fueling yourself up with the drive, man. So
Yeah, man, that just
yeah,
like it just requires people to be honest with themselves, and a lot of people just can't face that reality, so to speak. You know.
unfortunately, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah, but
true.
I mean that's them,
So
and this is us, bro. Like we're always gonna push each other to be better, inshallah. You know, so
exactly, inshallah.
that's just the nature of the beast. But yeah,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
it was a great podcast. I hope anybody took something from that. Um, follow Abe at the Real Daddy Abe at Instagram.
Real Daddy Abe on IG, all their socials. You know where to find me.
Yeah, Shaddy underscore Aftermath for me. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, whatever it is. I don't know, TikTok, whatever the fuck y'all into. Follow me there. Message me there. Y'all want to get on the podcast? Let me know. Y'all got ideas for the podcast? Let me know. Um, yeah, man, it's always a pleasure, bro. Thanks for doing this
Yeah,
with me, man.
absolutely, bro. It's been a pleasure. It's been a dope conversation, man. And yeah, like I just wanted to follow up on that too. Yeah, any of our homies, that are watching the podcast, we do want to hear other perspectives, and so yeah,
Yeah,
hit me, man.
we tried a little different format. This is the first time ever we do it like remotely. So, if you
Hmm.
guys like it like this, or if you guys prefer in person, let us know, or what the differences is. We'd love to hear back from you guys. And got
Yep.
a fire podcast coming up, so doing some interviews with some up and coming artists as well. So,
Beautiful.
so keep be on the lookout. Hopefully, it won't be as long between the next one.
Sounds intriguing.
Peace and love, everybody.